Okay, so Southern Paladin, you made that video, and it was pretty long, and you covered a lot of ground. You covered a lot of good topics, and one of the things you covered right at the end was like bear defense handguns, and the reality of it is, like you mentioned, like where you are, black bears, and I've spent a lot of time in black bear country. Um, you know, I was, I'm from an area that has black bears. I've lived in areas that have black bears. Black bears don't really concern me all that much. I mean, if you can carry something, why wouldn't you? But the reality of it is, like, black bears aren't that big. Like, you're talking like a 3-year-old black bear is like, depending on the time of year you catch them, right? Spring is going to look different than fall, but they're going to be around 250 pounds. They're not super aggressive. The reality of it is, like, if you live someplace, like for me personally now, I don't live that far from grizzly territory. And if I lived someplace where black bears were kind of more the issue, or wild hogs, or whatever. I know some people say moose are aggressive. I've never seen it, but a 45 ACP would probably cover everything you need. Now, let's see, for me where I live, I'm not all that far from grizzly territory, and I think I'm probably closer to it than what I realize, because my neighbor is is a game warden for the state, and he claims that he's like, grizzlies are way closer than what you realize. He actually carries a 10 millimeter while he's on the job for that reason. And and it's actually got me thinking, because I had this idea at first of with centerfire handguns. I wanted to get one that did like everything, and I realize that's not possible now. So I'm probably going to get two, and one of them will be like a Smith and Wesson 642, and then I'll get something bigger. And the something bigger is I've been bouncing around a lot of caliber ideas, and there's people out here who would know this better than I would. Um, I would I would tend to think that um, probably the best bat. Like, I know a lot of people say like 44 Magnum is the minimum, and I've shot 44 Magnum before. Now, granted, it was a very long time ago, and it was in a one of those Thompson Contender single shot pistols, but it was a handful. So I don't know. There is a part of me that is thinking of a 44 Magnum. Um, there's a part of me that's thinking of a 45 Colt, because there's pretty hot 45 Colt out there, and it has lower pressures and less recoil because it's a larger diameter casing. So that is something I've thought of heavily. Um, I've also thought of 357 or 10 millimeter. I would tend to think like a lot of them, a lot of them would be in a Smith and Wesson end frame. I think the end frame is a fantastic gun. Um, like a 44 Magnum. I mean, for me personally, it's hard to say anything other than a Model 29, the 4-inch barrel. And 45 Colt, I think I would either go with the Ruger Blackhawk. There's actually a model that I really like. That's kind of my front runner to buy once I get that J-frame Smith. If not that, the Model 25 Smith, which is a N frame. When it comes to 357s, I feel like probably either the Smith & Wesson L frame or N frame, because you could get, not that capacity matters that much, but having 7 or 8 rounds is probably better than 6. And I don't know how interested I am in a 10 millimeter. I mean, that Glock 20 is good. I also think of that, there's a lot of companies that make 1911s and 10 millimeter. I think there's probably some reliability issues because, once again, what I've said, you're getting further away from what it's originally meant to be. And the only thing that makes me think of a 1911 in that is the fact that I don't live that far from the Colorado state line. Colorado does a lot of stupid shit when it comes to magazine capacity and stuff like that. But yeah, so like I say, I'm kind of on the path where I want a big revolver for woods carry. But yeah, everyone, take care.